Hey everybody, welcome to my first 9th Age video. I'm here with Owen from Game with the Cooler, and we are gonna try out, I tried it out once solo, but we're gonna try out for the first time the 9th Age. Now we've got two 1500 point warbands we're gonna play with. We're gonna play on a full-size table though, because the warband size table was a bit strange, so we're just gonna play on a full-size table, and we're gonna go through the full steps of 9th Age. Now, if you haven't seen the video that I made before this, my Let's Play 9th Age, go watch that. That'll walk you through the differences between 8th Edition Fantasy and the 9th Age. We're just gonna dive right into our army selection, the units we took, set on the table, and getting started. So here's my 1500 points of Ogre Khans. I have an Ogre Khan Warlord. He has the Glittering Cuirass, which is -1 to hit him. Flesh Glutton, so that's his big name. On a 4+, if he kills a guy in combat, he can get a wound back. Gem of Dragonfire, which gives him the Fireborn special rule, and Fencer's Swords, which are paired weapons that make him weapon skill 10. Then we've also got a Brawler, who's the BSB, no other upgrades, and a Gorlock, who's level 2, no other upgrades. My units are Ironclads with full command, so Musician, Standard, and Champion. A unit of Tribesmen with Iron Fists, and then full command, so Musician, Standard, and Champion. A unit of Cannoneers, who just have a Musician, and a unit of Mountain Raiders on their Mountain Beasts, who are equipped with Heavy Armor and Iron Fists. They also have Musician. So there is my 1500 points of Ogre Khans. Here's Owen's 1500 points of Warriors of the Dark Gods. It's led by a Warlord. He's got a Halberd, the Dragon Scale Helm, which gives him +1 armor save, the Talisman of Lesser Shielding for a 6+ ward save, a Mark of Change, which allows him to have the Hellfire, Holy, or Flaming special rule on his weapon, round around if you'd like.
Or magic.
Or magic, that's right, magical attacks. And then there's a Chosen Warlock, he's got just level 2. A unit of Knights of Pestilence with full command, they have Warp Forged Blades. A unit of Trolls, no upgrades. A unit of Warriors of the Wasteland with Wrath as their mark. And they all have Halberds, so they're strength 6 until they lose combat, which is pretty awesome. And a unit of Warriors of Change with Swords and Shields. They've got full command, and they, just like their boss over here, can take basically Blessed, Magical, Flaming, or Hellfire as a flaming rule, or rule for their weapon round around. So there's 1500 points of Warriors of the Dark Gods. So for scenery setup, the first thing you do is put down one impassable piece, one hill, and one forest in a random quadrant. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quadrants. So we diced off to see where they landed, and they scatter 2d6 inches. They can't come within 6 inches of another piece. So this is your initial terrain setup, basically, for the table. This is how 9th Ed has you set up terrain. So this one's going to go this way, 11 inches. So it's going to head 6 to there, and then 5 more to there. End up like that. This guy right here, he's going to go... Man, this would be really good if I was rolling to hit with a stone thrower. Stop, give me a direction. Alright, we're gonna go backwards 2, so it's just gonna land right like this. This one is gonna go, come on. Used to be those had an arrow on them too. It's gonna go that way 6, so it's gonna land right like this. We get 2d3 more terrain pieces from this table. So we're gonna have 2, 3 more. So I'm gonna roll 3 dice on that table and see what we get. 1, 1, 3, so 2 more hills and a field. We don't have any fields, I don't even know what that means, so I'm gonna roll it again and get a wall. So the quadrant for the wall is going to be 4, which will be 1, 2, 3, 4, so over here in the middle, and then we scatter it. It's gonna go 2d6 a random direction, and go backwards 10 inches and land like right here, and be totally irrelevant. This next one's gonna start in 1, so it's gonna start over here again, and then we nudge it if it ends up touching it, so it's 6 inches away. It's going to go 10 inches that way. It's gonna have to back up to that corner basically. Yeah, this feels very much like a tournament train setup. So this last one, I'm gonna re-roll that, because otherwise it's gonna go somewhere else. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so over here, land in the middle of this, and then end up going a direction. So that way, 8 inches. So now I have to pick a deployment type, so rolling a d6 again, 2 is gonna be classic, so 12 inches on the table. We're going to roll a d6 now for choose secondary objective, and that's going to be a 1, so hold ground. Hold ground, the army with the most scoring units, so units with a banner, or the BSB, within 6 of the central point of the table at the end of the game will get 150 VPs, so 10% of the game size, basically, an additional VPs. So Owen's going to roll for the deployment choice, odds and evens, so odds will be me, evens will be him. Odds, so it's going to be me. I'm already standing over here, so I'm going to pick this side, and then we're going to actually generate our spells. So after deployment, we generate. Rolling on the Path of Butchery for my Gorlock, he's going to get, well, that's not even the right dice.
You missed.
He's going to get 4 and 1. So Brain Slurper, target must instantly take a panic test. All units have hatred against the target. That's cool. And Teeth Cracker, target is +1 toughness. He will keep both, actually. Number 1 is Marrow Drinker, makes him stubborn. You know what? We're actually going to drop Brain Slurper down to Teeth Cracker, which is the lower tribute one, which is not lower tribute, signature, which is target is +1 toughness. So +1 toughness, and the target gains stubborn. Owen's going to roll on the Path of Change, and he's going to get 6 and 4. So Eternal Gateway and Secret Stolen. Secret Stolen, target and caster both roll d6 and add their caster levels. If the target gets a higher total, nothing happens. Otherwise, target suffers 1 strength 3 armor piercing 6 hit and loses a wizard level. Woo! And then Eternal Gateway, target takes 2d6 strength with strength 2d6 and the Hellfire special rule. If an 11 or 12 is rolled with strength, treat as strength 10 and the hits wound automatically. Holy moly. So Owen's opting to keep Secret Stolen and Eternal Gateway. Owen gets to choose who deploys first, and deployment is different than 8th edition. You can deploy any number of units. It's going to be you. Okay, you can deploy any number of units, and that gives you a bonus after you deploy all your units, the person that finishes first gets to declare if they want to go first or second. They get the number of undeployed units left in their opponent's army added to their dice roll to see who decides on first turn. So, yeah. If you just drop your whole army like Owen's doing right now, you get plus your opponent's army size to see who goes first. And he gets to decide who's going first right away. Alright, so here we are deployed. Now, Owen chose to drop his entire army in one go. So he's going to get +1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for my characters. The dice roll to see who gets to pick who goes first. So he's decided he's going to go first.
Might as well.
Might as well, okay. And then we're going to dice off to see if that's true or not, or if I get to decide.
I beat you.
You get a 10 to my 3. So first things first, stupidity check for the trolls using the Inspiring Presence of the General, Leadership 9. They are fine. Any charges to declare?
Nope.
Nope, okay. And that means we're on to remaining moves, so guys can march.
Let's march forward this group. 2. And then 6. I can march 8.
Trolleys marching 12.
And then just a bit more.
Yeah, get towards the flag.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
a little bit less than 8. These guys are going to march as well. They can march 16.
14.
14.
Because barding.
Yeah. Chaos Warrior, or Wasteborn Steed of 8.
Yeah.
Which is the advantage. +1 strength, and that's what it is. So that's 12. And then we'll basically wheel for 2 to 14.
Looks good. Alright, so magic phase. 2d6 for Owen's magic. He gets 7 to my 5. Now you can attempt to channel, you get +1 for each mage you have on the table. And if you get a 7 or more on the 1 dice, you get an extra power dice. So you get a 7, so there you go, 8. And for me, nope, so I get 5. So starting off with Stolen Secrets, how many dice are you going to use? You use up to 5.
3.
Okay. And what do you need to cast?
8.
8 or better, so you're going to get a 10 plus 2 is 12. Sorry, 11 plus 2 is 12, 13. That's right, Laura changed an additional +1, so 14 total. I have 5 dice, you have 5 dice remaining. I'm just going to let it go. It's basically a dice off because our wizard levels are the same. We're both level 2. You get a 4. I get a 2. So I lose a wizard level and take a strength 6 hit. So I'm going to go down to level strength 3 hit. So 6 is doing because I'm toughness 5.
Nope.
No. So I'm going to lose a random spell as well. So on a 4+, it'll be my signature spell +1 toughness. On a 1 to 3, it'll be stubborn. The Warlock also gets a change counter that he has to use to reroll 1s for his casting rolls. Now we both have 5 dice left.
I'm going to 5 dice my other spell.
The crazy spell?
As well.
Go for it.
Pretty sure that was range 24. And it is.
Cast on a
16, so I need to roll a 13.
Alright.
I have to reroll the 1.
You sure do.
That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I got it anyway. 10 to 16 to 19, 23.
23 for your +1. Alright. So I'm going to have to drop 5 dice. I only get +1 here because I'm down to level 1. And that will not stop it. So it will hit me 2d6 strength, 2d6 hits.
So how many hits?
And Hellfire.
So how many hits do I get?
Yep.
5. And how strong are they?
7. So 2s. And if I take 1 wound, I also prog Hellfire.
2s to wound. Yeah.
2 wounds. Alright, so no saves of any kind. Or not saves that I'm going to stop this with. So somebody's going to be down to 1 wound. And I take d6 strength 1 hits with no saves of any kind allowed.
So d6 hits.
6. Looking for 6s.
1 more.
No, spell goes off, so it's another change. Alright, so shooting phase, there is none, because this is the Words of Our Gods. That's right. And then combat, there is none right now, so we're on to the bottom of turn. Ranging up my charges. Looks like these fellas are about 10 inches away. The unit over here is probably just over 12. Looks like 14.
Yeah.
Which would be an 8. Do we try it? Probably. We're already going to declare charge. The Warriors of Pestilence are going to get, the Knights of Pestilence are going to get charged by this unit right here. What's your reaction?
Same reactions?
Yep.
I can
Hold, flee, or stand shoot. Yep, you're gonna hold. Okay. So now, the way that charging works in 9th Age is 2d6 plus your movement, as it was in 8th Edition Fantasy, but you move an unlimited distance as long as you make it from closest point to closest point, and you get one 90-degree wheel at any point along there, so that you have no choice but to maximize. So 7's gonna be 13, so that's lots of range if they're 10 inches away, which means I'll come straight ahead, and then I will wheel as soon as it'll maximize, and then I'll hit you, like so. All right, so remaining moves, we are going to position ourselves ready for the murdering. These guys are gonna wheel up just an inch or two, like so. And a little bit further. These fellas are gonna come forward. They're going to go 6, and then wheel 1, 2, 3. Cannoneers are gonna come forward. They're going to wheel 1, 2, 3, 4, and then move forward. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, actually 1, 2 rather. Magic phase. Let's see what my level 1 can do. He's got all the power dice in the world. Got 8 powers. Well, channel. Yeah, I didn't get anything, and you don't get anything either. So I'm just gonna drop 5 dice on Teeth Cracker to try and get +1 toughness. Oh my god! Well, it went off, but it only got a. Oh! It might have actually gone off. I got a 6, 12, 13.
7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
12.
It goes off. You only get to cast. You can use. Is it for casting or dispel? Change casters are only, or change counters are only used for power dice to cast, so it just barely goes off. And that procs my lore attribute as well, which give me +1 toughness, +1 to cast, but I'm done casting because I have nothing left. So shooting phase now with the Cannoneers. Now what's interesting is in 9th Age, everything is given a size. So infantry is all considered small, as are beasts and swarms. Monstrous infantry, monstrous cavalry, and cavalry are considered to be medium. And then anything with the large target rule is considered to be large.
We're the same size!
That's right. Well, for line of sight blocking purposes, you are. So what it means is there's no true line of sight. The circumference of a unit will block line of sight to other units behind them. So for instance, this big combat right here is blocking view, because unless these guys were a large target, right? So if the thing you're shooting at is of a size larger than what's blocking it, then you could still shoot it. But if it's equal to or smaller, then you couldn't. They don't have large targets, they're not large, but there is a line where 2 of them can see. So there will be 2 guys.
Medium and medium.
That's right, medium and medium. So they will be seen by the Cannoneers and get some shots. Only 2 can see, and that's gonna be so no penalties for moving or multiple shots, just range. They're gonna hit on 5s, and then wound on 4s, and you have a 4+ regen. 1, 2 wounds. 2 4+ regens.
4+.
That's all my shooting, so we're going to move on to combat. Now we do our impact hits at initiative 10. There's no such thing as always strikes first or impact hits anymore in this sort of like version of the game. Impact hits are initiative 10, and that would always strike last before because initiative 0. So initiative 10 first. These guys have the Meat Avalanche special rule. Guys with the Meat Avalanche do an impact hit plus their rank bonus in strength. Now, characters do D3 impact hits. So we'll do D3 for the Brawler here. He's going to get 2. His strength is 5, +1 for the rank bonus of the unit, so 6. So on 2s it's going to wound.
3s it's going to wound.
Oh, that's right, your toughness 5.
Toughness 4.
Toughness 4.
Strength 5.
Strength 6 right now because of the +1.
He said a different number.
Okay.
All of you will believe me.
Alright, so 1 wound at -3.
So 2 up, 3 up. Wait, no, what does their actual armor say?
1+ armor. Yeah. Barding, you have the mounts protection, plate armor, and shields. Yeah. And 2 will fail, so a guy's gonna go down. We've got D3 from him. He's only strength 4. So that's gonna be 2 at strength 5 with the rank bonus. They both wound though, -2 to your save, so 3 pluses. So another one goes down. And then 2 more from the other 2 models in the front rank on 3s, because they're also strength 5 because of the rank bonus, so 1 more, 3+. And he's initiative 10's over. We go down to initiative not 10, which would be you, initiative 5.
Yep. What is the benefit of being a champion?
Benefit of being a champion is +1 attack. So +1 strength here. Now you gotta make a fear test before you swing to see what happens to your weapon skill. You pass, so you're fine. Weapon skill 5, hitting on 3s against my weapon skill of 2, because you reduced my weapon skill.
Good day.
That was not super great. And strength 5 against toughness 5, if you're fighting the unit. So 4s.
Nothing.
The 20s are still faster than everybody else, so they are going to be hitting on 3s, and then wounding on 6s.
Only weapon skill 3. Strength 4.
I'm weapon skill 2, because you're mark.
Yes.
Which means I'm hitting you on 5s.
Strength 4. 2 wounds.
2 wounds, yep. So -1 on my save. My Iron Fist's giving me a 5+ armor save. So 6s, 1 makes it, and 1 guy dies. All right, so we've got 1, 2 ogres here fighting, plus 2 guys supporting, plus another guy supporting. These guys are currently out. Let's check and see if when you start fighting, you're always considered to be in base to base. I'm not sure if that's the way it is now. All right, so these 2 guys losing their attacks because there's no foes here and there's no gap to nudge through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These guys have 5, 9 because they're using their Iron Fists, plus another 9 is 18 attacks. 18 attacks. I'm weapon skill 2 right now because of the Mark of Pestilence. So I'm only hitting on 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it looks like. The rest of these go away. Wounding on 4s, strength 4. So there's 3 wounds at -1, so 2 plus saves. Everybody's good. The Butcher, sorry, the Gorlock rather, he has 4 attacks, hitting on 5s as well. He hits twice, he wounds on 4s, strength 4, 1 wound, -1. Nope, there's another guy. And then finally, each of these models has a stomp attack, but you are of an equal size to me. You are size medium, so I cannot stomp you. You have to be size smaller. And so that means that the combat is over, all initiative steps are complete, and we will count casualties. So you have 3 for me, plus a banner, plus a big banner, which is my BSB, plus I charge, so that's 6. On your side, you have a wound and a banner for 2. So you're going to be down 4 at the end of this combat. Leadership 5 from the general. Nope, 8. They will be running. We will, well, sorry, first you run. We'll declare we are going to pursue before you run. You get turned directly away, and then you move 2d6 inches.
It's not 3 forces anymore?
It is Swift Stride, actually, yes. So it's 3 discard the lowest. And you will go 10. They get moved 10. There will be a panic test for them, because they're within 6 when they fled. So leadership 9 before we move our pursuits.
Destroyed.
No, it's both.
But they pass.
But they're fine. And then we roll to pursue. We're going to go 2d6. And get an 8, which is not quite 10. We'll end up here, like so. Here's another difference. Banners aren't killed now when they flee. What happens is they're considered to be captured by the enemy, and they're removed and replaced with a normal guy. Bottom of 1, we're going to move on to turn 2, and start the turn. Charges to declare. He's going in. Okay, so 9 inches, so they will declare charge. We will hold with the boss and his units. Any other charges?
Nope.
Okay, and that's it. So 2d6. That's right, yeah, super check. They're fine.
They're good. Now they're going to charge it. I needed that
again.
You
needed that again.
Nope.
Oh no! And they go 1 inch forward. And the trolls are done. Remaining moves.
My wizard is going to jump out of the unit.
Okay. And go party with other people. So now he becomes a unit on his own, and he is subject to all the normal rules for units. So he can be march blocked, like test to march, all that stuff.
Actually. Stand over there.
Okay.
Is there reforms?
There are reforms, yep.
And do I do the rally now first, actually?
You do the rally before, during the compulsion move phase. So yes, you do before the remaining moves. They're good. They can turn around.
Yeah. He's okay.
And the flowers are still standing.
As opposed to a swift reform.
Okay, they're just going to turn around.
I'm going to rotate like so.
They're going to back up some. Movement phase over, magic phase, wins a magic. Turn 2, 11 dice. I feel like I'm getting dominated now in the magic phase because I'm level poo. So 6 for me. Do I channel? I need a 7 here with my +1 for having a wizard. Nope.
Yep.
You do, so an extra dice, so 12 dice.
Drain your wizard level again.
All right, go for it. 5 dice.
Need an 8.
That will successfully go off. I'm not even bother trying to dispel it.
All right. I get a dice +1. You get a dice. Mm-hmm. So let's see who rolls higher. I rolled 5.
I'm level 0. I'm no longer with.
You do not take a wound. It's only strength 3.
So we cancel my spell currently in play.
And now we're going to try and gateway you. And I must
roll the 1. That's right, with your
1.
change counter. So that's going to be 5, 10, 16, 18. So dropping 5 dice with any bonus.
19.
19, okay. There's 11. Plus 8 is 19 as well. All right, so magic phase over, shooting phase over. There is no combat. Charge the first. These mountain raiders are going to attempt to charge your trolls.
Hold.
Okay. This unit is going to attempt to charge your boss's unit. Last charge, we are going to put this unit into your knights again.
Hold.
Okay, so I'm going to hold. Resolving charges, we're going to resolve the boss's unit first. He is, it looks like, about 12 or 13 away. 13, I think.
14.
Almost 14, okay. So yeah, almost 14. So that's going to be a total of 8. Needing an 8 to get in. Doesn't make it, so he'll fail and go forward 5. And then we wheel up like so and move forward. So needing a 6 with this unit with Swift Stride because they're moving 8. They get 10, so lots of room. So what they're going to do is they're going to wheel so that their corners are aligned and maximized. They're going to come forward as far as possible. Whoop. Ending up here. Then they're going to stop wheeling because they can't wheel any further without touching their own unit, and then you wheel to close. Yep, that's the way it works in 9. Last but not least, we roll basically anything, and we're in. Remaining moves, these fellows are just going to move slightly so they can see you. I don't have any magic anymore because my magician went all dumb because of your brain busting. So we're going to go into shooting. We're going to dial some shots into this unit. 3d6. That'll be 9, hitting on 5. Ignoring the shooting penalty for range and multiple shots, all I get is range. Sorry, for moving and multiple shots, all I get is range. So -1, meaning 5s to hit. It's not a terrible roll. I hit 6 times. And then 4s to wound, strength 4 against toughness 4. 3 saves. They have armor piercing 1. So your 3+ armor goes to a
4+,
5+.
-1.
-2. Strength 4 plus armor piercing 1. Guy's dead. All right, let's resolve some combats. Let's do this one first. These guys have the impact hit D3 rule. So it'll be 3d3 impact hits at the highest combined strength. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Highest strength in the profile is 5 for the mount. That will be on 3s. They will wound the toughness 4 trolls. That's 4 regens for the trolleys. They make them all, and they get an immediate Eye of the Gods roll.
You do it in the phase.
End of the phase then,
yeah.
Sorry. Actually, end of the phase.
It doesn't actually say that.
Okay.
But it says when I make them, I'll just read it.
Yeah.
When a unit of trolls successfully saves 4 or more regeneration saves in one phase, roll on the eye table and always treat it.
So it seems to imply it would be at the end of the phase. Yeah, he could get bonus initiative, so we're going to assume it's in phase, because otherwise it could bump them higher in the initiative pool, and that would just be weird. That could create weird scenarios.
Though it could make a real big deal if I got stubborn.
It sure could. So that's initiative 10. Now you've got initiative of 2 on trolls, so initiative 3 on everybody else. Initiative 2 as well on everybody else, sorry. So actually we're all going at the same time. So you want to do yours first?
Sure.
You've got 4 guys with 3 attacks each, so that's going to be 12.
As they don't have additional hand weapons.
Yeah, you can buy them, but you just didn't have the points in this.
Always buy them.
Okay, well next time you will
we lose a guy.
Yeah.
Weapon skill 3.
Okay. So 4s to hits. Both of us causing fear, so I'm immune to fear. And then I'm actually toughness 5 now, because my mounts are toughness 5. We use combined profiles.
So I'm strength 5,
so 4s to wound.
Blam, blam, blam.
So 4 wounds, 2+ armor because of mounted, natural armor save, heavy armor, and iron fists.
4 up armor
So
saves.
4 up armor saves. And that's, 4 of them?
Yep.
Okay, 4 up armor saves.
Crunch, crunch.
So 2 wounds, one guy's got 1 wound left. They're going to fight back
Hold
now.
the line.
So with 1, 2, 3 all using Iron Fist, that's 12 attacks. Hitting on 4s, weapon skill 3 against weapon skill 3, sorry. So that was terrible. And those go away. Strength 4, so wounding on 4s. So that'll be 4 wounds, 4+ regens, 2 wounds. So one guy's going to get pasted. And then the Mountain Beasts have 12 attacks, 4 each at strength 5, hitting on 4s as well. So hitting on 4s, taking away the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and then wounding on 3s, taking away the 1s and 2s. That'll be 6 more wounds. That'll be another 2. So another guy almost died. Count the combat. So you've taken 4 total, plus I charged for 5. I've taken 2. So you're going to lose by 3. Leadership 6 from the general. Not happy, so we're going to pursue. So you run first. You get turned directly away and go 2d6.
Do I panic first?
You will panic, then you will make your flee moves. And you'll actually panic anyway if they flee through you. So
Fail.
10, so they're just going to pop all the way at the other side.
Fail.
And 10, okay, so they're going to flee 2.
Fail.
And 10, oh my goodness.
9.
So resolving the fleas, it's all from the close enemy model. So these guys are going to go directly from the center point of this unit away. And they're going to go 2d6.
The red guys?
Yep, the red guys.
10.
10, okay.
So they turn around.
Yeah, exactly away, and then move 10. You got it. These guys, it looks like that's the closest enemy unit, so they're going to go 11 inches this way from the center of the unit. And I am electing to pursue them, so they're not going to be worried about me chasing them down. And he actually wouldn't be making a panic test unless the 9 inches hits them, because he'll pop through and then he'll make a panic test. Remember, it's from back here, right?
So they're not actually.
Yeah, so he's actually fine. He's not fleeing.
Makes it to here. That's when you overrun and hit the blue.
The pursuing guys, I don't think I do. We go 9 exactly and destroy you. I don't think I actually do.
Oh no, you're totally gonna hit them right now.
No, I can come within an inch.
No, you're gonna hit them right now.
No. Oh well. Okay. So reading the rules, the trolls are destroyed automatically as soon as I equal their flee roll. Oh no, this is Swift Stride. I got 6. They're alive. We dropped the lowest, remember? So they're actually alive, and then because I can't avoid contacting this, it's considered a new charge, and I'm forced to maximize like this. And then that unit's removed.
Because you charged a fleeing unit.
Because I charged a fleeing unit, and then this unit gets to perform a combat reform test, which they fail, so they end up facing like that. Okay, so with that weirdness over, we're gonna do this combat. We're gonna make way before the combat starts. Both my heroes are gonna be right here, and then you'll make a fear test at leadership 8.
Nope.
Which will fail. Okay, so you're gonna be weapon skill 1 and my weapon skill 2. And then I'll do impact hits initiative 10. So that's gonna be 2d3 for my heroes. I actually should just roll out again because they're different strength. So him, he gets 2, strength 6 because of his +1 from the ranks. 2 wounds at -3, 4 pluses.
They're dead.
And the unit's gone. No more foes. These guys get to make a leadership test and then reform. So combat reform, they can face any direction they want. They'll face like so. All right, and with that being what it is, we're going to call the game at the end of the second round because there's not a whole lot that Owen can do at this point to salvage having lost his general and his unit to a very crazy bunch of panic tests. So we're going to kind of chew on this for a minute and give you our thoughts. All right, so we had an oddball situation come up. It could happen. We were talking about it though, and the rules aren't super clear about when everything happens.
They are. That is accurate. That is everything we just did is how it is described in the rules.
Right. It's
you
just
would resolve all of the fleas before resolving the actual overrun test. Like before
That's right.
you would declare you're going to pursue.
Because the unit broke from combat, that progged a panic test.
Yeah. And
then we resolved those panic tests.
Yeah.
Then we pursued.
And then you pursued.
And then that would have progged more panic tests if I caught him. And then that pursuit move happened and destroyed that unit. So yes, you're right. We did do it exactly as it's written to be resolved, but
it was correct. It's just very dumb, is basically my argument. In that it seems that you should do them like this is what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I would break. This would prompt panic attack, like panic checks.
Yep.
You would even roll to see if they're going to panic, but you don't actually move them until after the 2 fleeing and charging units have already gone. And that solves this problem from ever happening.
And there actually is a list of, there's another fix too. There's actually a list of some panic triggers where you always flee away from the thing that triggered the panic test. And right now it's massive casualties. So if something shoots you and causes 25% casualty, you always flee from it because that just makes sense. Something's shooting you, run away from it.
Yep.
And then I think unit destroyed's the other one.
You run from the unit that was destroyed.
Yeah, but not breaking from combat. And I think breaking from combat should just be on that list. It doesn't make a lot of sense that a unit could ever end up fleeing closer to the thing that scared them. Yeah, exactly. But in this case, there was another unit of ogres that was closer than actually the unit fleeing, and it caused them to run into the flee path, which just was a weird situation. So I think that would be my fix if I was going to house rule this. I would say that you just always flee away from a unit breaking from combat.
Yeah,
and that's easier. And then
change up the order of stuff. You just
exactly you can keep that nice clean order resolution of how we did it, but you've got you've never got a unit running into the overrunning charge path of something. Like it doesn't make sense. It makes no sense that a unit would be like watching a bunch of people get murdered and then run towards it. It doesn't.
That's so horrifying. I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna leave the battle and go on towards them. Yeah. And to be fair, I mean, he did like raw dog a bunch of 10s on a whole bunch of dice, and that happens.
Goblins, and I was 5.
No, you're right.
Same problem comes up. Like this one was unlikely to happen, but it doesn't mean that like if I was playing ogres who are bad leadership.
Yep.
I could totally abuse that with a few, like you said, you use the little ogre dog, and you're like, okay, I stand him next to the unit there, and
so if he panics, he goes this way now.
I can use the spell that makes you take a panic check.
That's true. Actually, that's true. I actually have that spell too. I have a spell that makes you make a panic check.
Like, there's a lot of
and I could throw a dog next to it to like force guys into my charge path or force guys towards me and stuff like that.
If you think you're going to win a combat, you just push a guy in behind that one, and then it's like, oh, I overran and killed that unit.
That's right, and that unit all of a sudden is just dead for no dice. You just run into it and it dies.
Nothing rolled. There's no check to rally. There's no. Yep.
So we're gonna try again. We're gonna try a 2,000 point game this time, and see what the results are like. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first sort of like test game. Owen playing 9th Age, and me playing 9th Age with him. We'll see you for more 9th Age games in the future. Until I'm Ash. This is Owen. Happy wargaming.